Hello. GBPUSD pound dollar 30-minute. I provided this sell model here. I'm going to go through that sell model, but I think there's a lot more to it than just the sell model. I would like to go through this chart in real detail, go through it in real thorough detail, such that I am able to convey all my thoughts, all my ideas, show you the significant levels, and get you to profit off this chart, off this price, regardless of which direction it goes. Remember, it is election day, highly volatile, use appropriate risk. Okay. First things first, what we're going to do is we're going to take a look at the sell model I provided. Essentially, what I've suggested is that last week we have these 1, 2, 3 equal highs. So last week, people who sold late last week have placed their stop loss above this area, meaning there's liquidity above 1.3 thousand. Okay. Monday's high was formed here. So this means this week sellers have got their stop losses placed above this zone as well. So above 1.3 thousand, which is a psychological level, we have a cluster of liquidity which is there for the taking. If during an impulsive move to the upside, we start taking that liquidity and show a slowdown in momentum, what that means is that liquidity is going to be used as fuel for a downside move, okay, essentially, which is why we want to take the sell model. So it would look something like this, where we spike up, we take out the stop losses from Monday's high and last week's highs, and then we start moving towards the downside into target one and beyond. Okay, so what I will go through now is the specific targets. Target one, pretty self-explanatory. We got Monday's low in conjunction with this gap that we formed off the open. That's for about 65 pips. Pretty simple. Target two is this liquidity cluster, this liquidity pivot, however you want to denote it. It's about 115 pips, 3.3 RR. We're not too interested in this target, if I'm being truly honest. It's just there in case we want to take partials and potentially hedge our trade or further further reduce risk. But our primary target is these October lows, okay, at 1.28440. These lows are prime for the taking. There is no way at all, looking at price from a long-term perspective, there's no way at all that these lows don't get taken. It's just a question of how we get there. So right now, the model we're looking at is to take out the stops above 1.3 thousand, get back below them, and then we'll take the sells into October's lows. Target one being Monday's lows, main target October's lows. Alternatively, because it's election day, because there's so much volatility, and because there's so many stop losses resting above this zone here, it could be the case that we run straight through this zone, cause a liquidation cascade, and actually use this as our pivot for a deviation to take sells maybe later in the New York session, or in Asia, or in early in tomorrow's London session. Regardless, the levels that are being set out on this chart right now are the ones of significance. We can profit from this chart, from the lines that you can see on the screen right now, irrespective of what price does. It's just our job to react to it. That's my breakdown on GBPUSD. I want you to make sure that you're applying appropriate risk, guys. I want you to make sure you're being very diligent, and your fingers got to be on the trigger. These trades are going to be coming thick and fast. They're going to be very quick. The moves will be violent. So make sure that you're using appropriate risk and that you're ready to place and close trades as and when required. That's all from me for now, guys. I'll return to an update either when price takes out 1.3 thousand or when price takes out Monday's low, whichever occurs first. Cheers, guys. GBP USD 30-minute decimation, running about 120 pips right now, 2.5 RR, somewhere along those lines. At this point, you should have moved your stop loss to break even. We should not be carrying any risk on this trade. I'm going to continue to look for the full target of the October lows for 160 pips, but taking partials does make sense here. It is a sensible play, especially if you've risked up on this trade like I know a lot of you have. What I'm just going to go through now is firstly what happened during this move, and secondly, what do I think is going to happen next. So first things first, we took the sells. If we pull up Discord, we took the sells yesterday about 3 p.m. UK time from 1.3 thousand flat with a 50 pips stop loss, which was just above these highs. We took those trades, and we took the trade, and we really sat in quite a lot of drawdown for most of the New York session. With that said, while this drawdown was taking place, it was clear through the way that price was maturing that there was a slowdown in momentum. There was a curving off structure of price. There were wicks into the upside. Momentum oscillators started showing that demonstrating divergences. So there are a myriad of things that kind of suggested, all right, this is a false move. We are just taking out the stop losses and we're taking out the liquidity above the equal highs, furthermore inducing breakout buyers, okay, above these highs, inducing breakout buyers. And that is why I remained in the trade, kept my stop loss where it was, and allowed it to run. Pretty much just before the Asian session hit, midnight UK time, we had complete downside move all the way through the Asian session. Not much analysis to be said there, other than the fact that we took out so many stop losses. We took out so many stop losses above these equal highs that allowed so many sell positions so many large volume sell positions to build up and to be taken by larger institutional players. That is what caused such a violent move. Of course, these larger institutional players, they have the insights in terms of data and whatnot to understand how macroeconomic events and political events are going to impact price. By which I mean they very likely had the know about Trump being the winner before you, I, and the rest of the public knew that Trump was the winner, and hence they were able to take action in terms of price before the rest of us. Okay, as it stands for the time being, as I said, I am looking for the full target of October lows, and I pretty much see nothing other than that. I believe that they are imminent. As I mentioned in the previous video, if we look at this chart zoomed all the way out, it's just, I see no way that they don't get tested in one way or another, especially given that we've formed relatively equal lows there now, with this low that we formed just at the end of the Asian session. So for the time being, I'm going to continue to hold the trade, stops at break even. I'm looking for the full target below October lows. With that said, if price were to come back up to the upside, I would like to see it capped at 1.29400, our previous support turning into resistance. That's really my thoughts on GBPUSD. That's my breakdown of what I believe happened in terms of price and how I'm looking to take action moving forward. Hope you all caught the profits. I know a lot of you did. If so, share it with me in DMs or in the public chat. I'm going to come back once we are either at 1.29400 or 1.28400, either when we're at full target or when we're looking for a potential closing the position early. Cheers, guys. Pound dollar 30-minute done. Full target met. October low swept to the absolute T. 160 pips, 3.2 RR. I have personally taken 75% of my position at the full target for 2.4R and allowed the 25% of my position to run, of course, with stops at break even. This is how the chart's looking now. Super impressive trade. Super impressive trade. Really well managed. Very well done in the sense that we didn't take partials here, nor did we take them here. We held out to our full target, and the full target was met to the T. So that's really going to be the last video update on this series of pound dollar. We're either going to be playing to break even or to maybe a bigger win on the remaining 25% of our position. If you're trading a smaller account, then potentially you want to close that and just bank your profits, and instead of holding for long-term positions. With that said, I'm going to come back with a new update on pound dollar and create a new thesis based off these equal lows and these equal highs that we've formed over the past few weeks and days. Other than that, that's all from me on this pound dollar sell. Super impressive trade, 160 pips, 3.2 risk to reward, done. Cheers, guys.